Welcome in. Welcome in. You guys are looking good today. Welcome back to another episode on the Signature Moves Notary Business Podcast, powered by, of course, Grit to Growth. I'm your host, Amber Gist, and this is Booked on Purpose. This show is where we don't just talk about business, but we build it on purpose. So before we get started, I will have a few quick acknowledgments for my YouTube followers. I know we're on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram today, but I do want to shout out my paid subscribers. You guys are very important to me. Your support does help me keep delivering great content, exclusive trainings, tutorials, and game-changing strategies so you can grow your business smarter, not harder. So if you're joining me live, say hi in the chat, drop your city. We love to see where our community is tuning in from. And if you're watching this on the replay, type in the word replay so that I can get to you, say hi, and answer your questions as well. Before I bring in our guest today, I have a moment of, I want to go over something that's very important to me. I want to talk about reflect and focus. It's all about taking time for you. It's the summertime. Many of us have our kids. Many of us are leaning back from work a little bit. I know I am. And I just want to go ahead and give this moment to drop in and talk a little bit about that. So before we dive in, let's take a quick pause, a quick moment for this topic. As entrepreneurs, especially purpose-driven ones like you, we're constantly pouring into our businesses, our clients, our content, our families. But when's the last time you poured into you? All right, taking time for yourself isn't a luxury, it's a leadership move. All right, if you followed one of my posts on LinkedIn about a week ago or 2 weeks ago, I talked about how self-care is a business strategy. All right, self-care is a marketing strategy. All right, so pouring into ourselves. You can't pour, again, y'all heard this, you can't pour from an empty cup and hustle with no recovery in it's just a fast track to burnout. So whether it's just 20 minutes of quiet time, a solo lunch, or just putting your phone on do not disturb for an hour, give yourself permission to just be yourself before you keep building. And so I will be doing that soon, DNDing for the next 2 weeks, actually, to take some time to myself, take some time to refresh, relax, reset, and vacation. And so I just want to say that. So if that gives any of you a hint to do that yourself, a reminder, you have permission to do that for yourself. Okay, absolutely. So before we start, we have 2 mentees on the call today. I'm going to bring them to the stage. If you can, just say your name and where you're from, and then we'll get to each one of you in just a second. Go ahead and start, Carolyn.
I'm Carolyn Rose, and I'm from Garland, Texas.
We can't.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
I'm Carolyn Rhodes, and I'm from Garland, Texas.
Garland, Texas. Okay, Wanda.
Good morning. I'm Wanda Jones from Seagoville, Texas.
Okay, so we got Texas in the house today. You guys know I'm based in Dallas, DFW. So Texas in here strong today. All right, thank you, ladies. I'll bring you back up in just a minute right after we go over announcements, and I want to see who's in the chat. So I'll be right back on with you, and we're going to start with you, Carolyn, all right? All right, chat, let's see where y'all are from. Hi, Mika. We've got Van in Oklahoma, William in Alabama. We got someone from DFW. Hi, Adrian in Pennsylvania. You just joined our community. I think that's you. I'm going off of your picture. I think that's you for sure. Let's see, who else? Stacy in Texas as well. So thank you for coming in, guys. Go ahead and share where you are in the chat so that I can shout you out. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the announcements or what's happening new in the Notary Training Hub world before we get into this one-on-one mentorship from our wonderful mentees today. The first thing I wanted to talk about is the raffle we have coming up for the Empower Notary Conference. The conference takes place in September, Dallas, Texas. So this raffle that we're having is if you've purchased your ticket from July 1st to July 14th, you're in the running to get your hotel stay paid for. We're going to pay for your hotel stay at the resort for the whole weekend, or however many days you're going to be there at the resort. So you have to buy your ticket from July 1st to the 14th. We're already on day 3, so you've got a few more days to get that ticket and get entered into that drawing. Other thing that's happening, we just launched the new membership plan at our Signature Success Mentorship community. It is a $5 plan, low barrier entry. So you're going to get access to our private community, trainings, monthly coaching, marketing class every month, my resource vault, our Share Your Win space, and a few other perks, all for just $5 a month. I took a lot of surveys to our community, and what a lot of the things that a lot of you requested a low barrier entry for just to be connected, and so that is what we provided. All right, so hopefully that is something for some of you guys to take advantage of. That's going to be down below in the description if you want to take advantage of that $5 community entrance into our community. And the other things on the docket are the Mastering Apostle Services ebook I have right now for $27. It's a step-by-step guide to confidently offer apostille services, expand your income with no guesswork. Then we've got my magnetic marketing bundle on sale as well. It's in the description. This is all the marketing classes I've taught this year in one bundle. So if you have been a notary and you've already been in it and you're trying to figure out marketing, then that's the bundle for you. It's only marketing and marketing only. All right. And then the last one I'll be covering is the success toolkit that I've put there. It's just templates, legal agreements, automation, website policies, and the marketing tools that you need. Everything you need to look legit, stay protected, and operate like the CEO that you are. All right. So let's get into our segment today, Booked on Purpose. If you have a story, a breakthrough, or a moment that changed your business, this is for you. If you want to apply to be on, just like these ladies here, you can apply to be on Booked on Purpose at the link in the description. We love highlighting our notary mentors and sharing their growth in our community. All right. Hi, I think Adriana, I see you. Okay, guys, looks like we've got a cameo from my daughter here. She wanted to be seen today. Go ahead, love. Say hi since you're here. All right, here. Go ahead over there. All right, go ahead. I love you too, baby. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. I see a couple of you from Vegas, Cleveland, and DC. All right, so let's go ahead and bring on Carolyn. Carolyn, how are you today?
I'm doing good. I'm doing
Okay. All right, so can you do what you did before to make your mic go a little bit louder again?
Let's see. It's all the way up. I can put my headset on if I need to.
It sounds like maybe you pushed some button in because it keeps going louder and then soft. I just want everyone to be able to hear you. So like right now we can't hear you. Hi, Sandra in California. Who else is in the area? Zaya is it Zaya or Zia in New Mexico or Mexico City? Sorry. Hi, Adrian. So yes, it is you from the community. Hey, girl. Hey.
Does it sound better now?
I can hear you a little bit. We can go ahead and get started though, and we'll go from there.
I have a headset that's like right here to my left, and I can get it really quick.
Yes, if you can try that. I just want to make sure we can hear you throughout the whole session here. Y'all can drop your questions as well, because what happens is, even though I'm mentoring these ladies here live, if your questions come through, I can come back later and respond to them via just in the comments. So I'm happy to answer questions if you have them.
One more.
Let's see, Zaya. Yes, we are still doing one-on-one training and mentorship. And then Carolyn, let's go ahead and go to Wanda, and then I'll come back to you once you got that. Is that okay? Okay, Wanda.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. Thanks for asking.
Okay, so you're in Seagoville, Texas.
Yes.
Okay, so let's go ahead and start. I want to see how I can move you from, where you are in your business to the next step, or if you have a challenge. I always put a few questions on, so just in case we, need some help going through this, if you need help talking about the tools that you're using or anything. So go ahead. What's your question? What do you need the most help in with your notary business right now?
Marketing. I have Google Business up and running. I'm not sure how proficient and efficient it is because at one point when I first signed up to Google Business, I used my personal email and then I brought on an email for my business. So initially, I got my account suspended or something on Google. So I thought, okay, I won't have a Google business page. And then they approved it. But by that time, I had already started a second Google business page. So I had two up until 3 days ago. Google called me and I was shocked that they actually called because I had been trying to get someone over the phone. So they were able to merge both of my pages. So that was a big obstacle. So that's fixed. Now I'm just trying to make it efficient so people can start coming to my page. That's a big thing for me.
Okay. And so it's verified now,
Yes.
right? Okay. So can you tell me how is it set up? I'm trying to see, is it fully optimized, and how often do you update it?
I can't say for sure if it's fully optimized or not, but I try to update it at least once or twice a week.
Okay. So let's run down the things that you need to make sure it's optimized. Okay.
Okay.
So you're updating with real photos regularly.
I don't have any real photos. Like, I'm putting pictures of notary pictures, but actually like sitting at the table and actually doing something and having it photographed and taped. I haven't done that yet, but I
Okay.
do have some photos.
Okay. So I wouldn't say necessarily you always have to be in the photo. It could just be your setup, your desk. So
Yes. Yes.
paper and a notary stamp and a pen. So you'll want to frequently do that, even though some of them will just be the same. It is a different desk and a different location.
Okay.
But Google likes to see photos updated. And again, that's building trust with your customers because they're like, wow, she's handling business. This is her notary setup after all these customers.
Right.
So if you can update those photos of real photos of your work area, your work desk. Never put any photos of any children. And if
Right.
you do, make sure their faces are blurred out. Okay, next after that is is there a service area or an address listed?
There are service areas. I don't have my personal address because, my business is out of my home. So I don't have that listed.
Okay. All right. So we're a local based kind of service. And so
Right.
having a service area is okay. But if you really want people to book you more, I'm just going to say it like that,
Mm-hmm.
you may want to consider a virtual address
Virtual.
because what happens is, and you'll see, you can go look on simrush.com and all of the other tools to see what people are using to Google to find notaries.
Okay.
And most of them are putting in notary near me, apostle.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And if you just have a service area, it's not going to show that you're 5 minutes away from Jill or you're
That
7
makes
minutes
sense.
away from Bob.
Makes
It
sense.
may say that you serve the area that Bob is searching. However, statistics show and psychology show that most people are going to click on the one that is available close by and they see that they're 5 minutes away or they're localized.
That
Okay.
makes a lot of
That
sense.
doesn't mean that you have to have a physical business there, because you can set it up to where it's appointment only, where they can call and request. But the thing is, you want to be optimized. You want Google to pop your business up there before anyone else's. And I'm just going to say having a local address is going to boost you above someone who just has a service area. All right, but it is fine to have right now until you get that set up. So please keep the service area. Okay.
I got it.
Next is, do you have a FAQ section of your Google business page?
Yes. I put a lot of questions out there, and you did your last segment. You talked about that, and so I started putting questions and answering the questions.
I'm sorry. Can you hear me? I'm
Yes,
sorry.
I can.
I cut out for a second there.
You did. On your last segment that I called, you talked about the facts and questions section, so I did utilize that. I incorporated that.
Okay, good. And do you have at least 6 to 8 of those?
Not 6 to 8. I have about 4 to 5, I believe.
Okay. Think about adding maybe a couple more.
Okay.
Okay. In addition to that, I'm pretty sure your phone number is listed, your
Yes.
website link is listed, your booking page is listed on there.
My booking page is listed. I don't have a website yet, but I'm working on that. That should be done by the end of the day. So I'll add that on there. I have
Okay.
like a landing page, my domain name, and all of that, but I'm
Awesome.
working on that.
Yeah, you definitely want to get that on there as soon as you get that published. Next is on Google, they call it products. So if you are a product-based business and you're selling, let's say, shoes, you'd have one shoe for a product, boots for a product, booties for a product. But since we're service-based, we need to consider the products as our services.
Yes.
So have you added services under Google's products category?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. And each one of those has to have I'm telling you, needs to have a photo, a description, and a button, a link to call to action button. And if you don't have a website yet, that tells me you don't have a button there.
That's right.
So
Photo, description, and call to action for each service.
Each service, and it needs to go directly to how they book you. Make it a easy process for someone to book with you. Never have someone have to click and go through more than 3 pages and scan and scroll to find a page or book with you. Okay.
Okay.
So click, pages there, schedule.
Got it.
That's kind of how you want it to go.
Okay.
Next on Google is the description of your business. I'm sure you have one there. Just make sure it's a good description with lots of keywords that would bring people to your business.
Okay.
So keywords are notary, whatever services you offer, apostille, notary in Sigleville, Texas, remote online notary, authentication, real estate notary, anything that deals with your services. If you don't do those services, some of the services I mentioned, those were just examples.
Right.
But it needs to be key, high and key words.
Got it.
Keywords. All right. Also local words in your description. So if you service Sigleville and maybe surrounding areas, list those cities as well in that description.
Okay.
All right. So do you have any reviews yet on your Google business page?
I have 15.
15. And each
I
of
just
those
started doing loan signing last month.
Okay.
Actually, I've had my commission for a year, didn't do anything with it. So last month, I just jumped out there and started doing loan signing, and it's working out good.
Yes.
So 15 reviews, and I'm proud of that. So
look, you're doing amazing.
Thank you.
You're doing amazing. Getting your first 10 reviews can be a challenge, and you already have 15, so you're already ahead of the game.
Yes.
Now, have you responded to all those Google reviews?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Everyone. Okay. With the complete sentence and a keyword.
Yes. Yes.
All right, my girl. All right. So Google business page seems to be very optimized. Just you need to probably do a tweak of a few of the things that we talked about.
Yes.
And so what services do you offer, by the way, besides loan signing?
Apostille. I'm getting into offering apostille, I-9 verification. I even did the wedding officiant. I'm not sure if I'll dabble into that or not, but mainly loan signings and apostilles.
Okay. And so when you asked about marketing for right now, like general notary loan signings and then possibly apostles very soon.
Yes, mainly the loan signing. And so I have a mentor, an accountability partner. Her name is Valandria Braggs. I
Okay.
met her in a Facebook group. And so she called me the other day. She said, Miss Wanda, I'm just reaching out and checking on you. I'm out marketing. So what have you done today? And I said, I'm working on my stuff. She said, you got to get up and get going.
That's
So marketing, getting my packages together, getting ready to put my boots on the ground. So
absolutely. So for loan signing, the major ways to loans marketing for loan signing is either direct marketing, meaning boots on the ground, going out
yes,
there, meeting those real estate professionals, title agency companies, visiting them in their element,
yes,
and introducing yourself and just talking about how you can bring value to them. The
yes.
other way is through signing services. Um, and so how have you gotten those loan signings that you've gotten so far?
Signing services.
Signing services. Okay.
Yes.
And so how many signing services are you signed up with?
About 50 right now.
About 50.
Yes.
Okay. And that's a good amount then. Absolutely. So it sounds like you're getting a good amount of work from signing services. You just are ready to get those boots on the ground and go out there and market.
It may sound greedy, but I think, we as notaries and loan signing agents, we work so hard. It's okay to use signing services in the beginning to get the experience and the value in your business. But
Mhm.
I just think if I'm going to do all the hard work, I should get the majority of the fees. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm focused on.
So yes, then you need to refocus and get into that direct marketing
Yes.
for sure. And so besides just walking in, you need to develop maybe some good email marketing
Yes.
and as well as finding the meetups, conventions, conferences where the individuals are that you want to work with
Okay.
and see if you can insert yourself there and casually bump into the type of people that you want to work with. All right. That is
Yes.
the purpose of going to those networking events.
Yes.
But your accountability partner is correct. You're ready to go. You're trained. You're knowledgeable. You just need to get out there and do it now.
Yes.
You can show
Absolutely.
them why they need to pick you, why they need to use you, and all of the value that you can bring.
Yes.
The one thing that I can say that usually when I ask um, title or escrow officers what made them pick me or use me, it's because they said I provided so much value and education. I would educate them on certain things about notary, and that is their reason for going with me.
Yes.
Also, I showed up more than one time.
Right.
Just
Okay.
be discouraged after that one meeting, and they may say no or not right now, because that truly means that they might not need you right now today, but they
Yes.
need you tomorrow, next week, or next month. So that's why it's important to in follow up, revisiting, and putting them in a CRM or in your email list so that you can keep up and keep in touch and follow up.
Yes. Yes. That's good information.
Yeah. And so speaking of, I would say go ahead and find and research a CRM system that unless if you already have one. If you
I
don't have,
don't.
so find a CRM software system that you want to use so that you can keep up with your contacts and reaching out to them.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Any other questions?
No, I think that's it. I've enjoyed speaking with you, and the work that you do is amazing. So
Thank
keep
you.
teaching us, and
Thank
we greatly
you.
appreciate it.
I appreciate you for coming and being brave to go live and talk a little bit about your business.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see more, and I want to hear from you. If you could email me, your growth in the next, I guess, month or two after you've got those boots on the ground.
I will. I will,
Okay?
certainly. I
All
will.
right. I'll talk to you later, Wanda.
Thank you. Thank
Stay
you.
on the call with us, or you can
Oh,
log
I'll
off.
stay. I'm going to stay.
All right. We'll see you in a little bit.
Okay.
All right, Carolyn, are we back?
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can.
Okay, great. I'm sorry about that.
That's okay.
I
All
usually just talk through my monitor and it works pretty fine, but I guess I have this headset just in case. So,
right. Okay, good backup. It's always good to have a
yes,
backup to the
ma'am.
backup to the backup. All right. So you're in Texas. Remind me what city you said again?
I live in Garland, Texas.
Garland. Garland,
Yes,
Texas. Not
ma'am.
too far from me. Okay, so tell me a little bit about where you're at in business and what I can help with today.
Well, I've actually been having my notary license for like 2 years now, and I really just use it. I was using it like at work because I do taxes for H&R Block. So sometimes people come in and they need to do notary, so I'll notarize. And my sister-in-law works at a skilled nursing facility, so sometimes I will help her with like power of attorney documents, um, things like that. But I'm kind of stuck on what services to offer going forward because I have an office because I sell life and health insurance independently. So I literally have my own office space where I can do in office notaries, mobile notaries. It's just I'm kind of stuck on what services to offer. Sometimes I feel like I need a checklist because it's like so many services to offer and like marketing, I don't really market myself. So I'm working on that. My friend, she's a realtor. She's like, "You need to do your Google business page." I'm like, "Okay." So I'm starting with that, but I'm just needing to push myself out there. Like I feel like I don't know how to prioritize what to do next and how to do it. I feel like I need a checklist.
So the thing is that many of us, even myself, um, kind of what I don't even know what the term is, kick our own self or mess up in the beginning is we don't develop a plan, a business plan.
Okay.
All these other businesses and all these other industries, they have business plans. They're required to get business plans for funding and grants. Why don't we have a business plan for our notary business? All right. So starting with a plan and organizing your vision within the notary business plan is a marketing strategy that has to be broken down. So it requires you to sit down and figure out your marketing and services and fees. And then the most important part that many notaries miss is the budgeting part of that notary business plan.
All right.
All right, because they start making money or we start making money and we're like, oh, we're profitable. But are you really profitable if you've spent A, B, and C on all of these things? You've got a subscription here, you've got a subscription there, you're paying for this class and this course.
Right.
But you didn't really create a budget and add it up. And so I think the first step would always be to create a business plan so that you can have that organized and it gives you some data points to touch back on in a couple of months or next quarter so that you can see where you are, how your business grew. For me, the whole budgeting part of a Notary business plan shows me where my budget worked and what it did, where it didn't work. And so it allows you to restructure your spending. So if you saw you spent $300 in quarter two on this and it brought you only $2, is that something you're going to keep spending money on? No, but you don't think about that unless you sit down and have a budget and you go through it. Okay. So going through a budget, a marketing plan, and a whole business plan will help with that. So within that marketing plan, it says to get specific about what services you want to offer. And you said you were a little overwhelmed with all the different services we can offer, right?
Right.
So the thing is, don't try to do all of them. You need to pick one, two, maybe three to get really good at and master it and get confident in it before you start adding other services. Because
That's right.
there
Because I
are.
want to kind of like integrate it with what I'm already doing. Because I'm a senior tax analyst at H&R Block. I've been working with them since I was 21 and I'm 40. And yesterday I just passed my mortgage loan officer originator exam. So it's
Congratulations.
like everything is with finance, and it's like I have this notary, I have the loan signing. Like, how can I integrate that? Because I have my remote online notary, I have the loan signing. It's like I just have it. I'm not. like you said, I paid for these services to do this and do that, but I haven't integrated it with my life, and I'm trying to see how to do that.
Right. So yes, you need a plan. You need to see how, like, who is your target customer? How do you plan to find how is that target customer going to find you? Just because you have the certification, they're not going to just find you out of midair. That's where the digital footprint, the online presence, the email marketing, the digital marketing come into place. Even for Ron, if you plan on doing loan signings and general appointments while you're maybe at the office in between break time and things, you still have to market and get that business. So
Right.
it's really about your marketing strategy and your plan and, and,
Okay.
and honing down on that, because having the credentials is not enough. You have
Right.
to figure out how people are going to find you. And that starts with Google Business. And then it starts with your social media presence. And again, in-person marketing and real estate, relationship building is what I'm trying to say. Relationship building.
Okay.
So your first step is going to be to get specific on what services you want to start with.
Okay.
Make sure you're confident and can do them very well. Okay, like a well-oiled machine.
Okay. I would definitely do that.
Okay, yes. And so Google Business Page, you need it. I know you hear me and
I
everybody else online
I
talk
started
about it.
setting
So
it up, and I was like, I need to
let me
make
tell
sure
you
I
this.
can.
60% of my business comes from Google Business, of them finding me and booking without even calling me. That alone should get you up and getting a Google Business page.
Yes.
And I
And
know that because I stock my analytics, I stock my data. I want to know exactly who came to me from when, where, how, and what button they clicked to find me.
okay.
Okay. And
Yeah.
most of it is from Google. I'm talking about from my notary business, not the Notary Training Hub. But I know the analytics from that. I know how y'all found me for this too. But for my notary business, where I'm doing stamping and apostille, yes, Google Business Page brings in all of that business. Okay.
Okay.
Integrated with the other marketing strategies and build relationships that I've built. But Google, like today, I've got an appointment that I didn't have this morning, but it's on my calendar now as I was preparing for this live, because they found me on Google and booked me straight from there.
Okay. I definitely will work on that.
Google is tricky. Don't give
It
up.
it was kind of tricky. I started. I was like, "What is all of this?" And then it said I was suspended. I'm like, "How am
Yeah.
I suspended? And I haven't even done anything yet."
Yes. So they do that. And it's not just you, it's almost every single person.
Hmm.
They are just cracking down on Google business profiles and just requiring a lot more information and a lot more verification before they allow you to run a Google business page.
Yeah, because I did realize, like she said, somebody called me today and was asking me from Google, and I was like, "Okay." So I was answering the questions. So he said that he was gonna verify it
Hmm.
that way.
Yeah. So follow whatever they ask you to do, but don't give up. Even if you have my last student, she applied, cut it off, restarted it 12 times before they finally verified her. But
Okay.
again, if it brings so much of your bulk of your work, it is worth it. It
Yeah.
is worth it. I
So
still
should I do the paid one? Because I know that they were saying like it's a paid one and a free one.
There is
What?
no paid Google business profile. It's all
Okay.
again, so I'll make that claim right now to people. There's a lot of scams regarding Google business page. If
Mhm.
someone's calling you saying your Google business page is not verified, we can help you, pay us this to do it. Okay, guys, um, there are online predators in all sectors, and they like to prey on those that are just unaware. Okay, Google business profile is free, 100,000% free. The only thing you pay for is when and if you want to run a Google ad. And if you do that, you're initiating that.
Okay.
So if someone calls you and says, hey, you're unapproved, you're about to get shut down, Google doesn't call you. They'll email you and schedule an appointment or something that way. And then you need
Okay.
to make sure and do your due diligence that it's from an actual Google um, domain. Okay. the scammers are very tricky these days, and they're very good at disguising themselves as the actual entity that you're working with. And so Google is 100% free. Yes, you can pay someone to establish it and stuff for you, but again, you can pay someone to, just like people pay. I am so sorry. I don't know why I keep getting kicked out today, but um, just like people pay us for notary, right? They when let me give the example of apostille. Just like someone can go to the Secretary of State and get their own apostille service done, they still pay me to do it. Just like someone, you can still pay someone to do your Google Business
Right.
for you. But I'm just wanting you to know it is a free thing that you can do on your own. Okay.
Okay. I think what I was seeing was where they give you like your own email or something like that.
Well,
But I
yeah,
don't think
if
that's
you
necessary.
that's
It,
different. That's if you want to like Google Workspace, or if you want
right.
to your
Okay.
email.
That's the
Then
difference.
yes,
Just
you have to
workspace.
pay for
Okay.
that. Yeah. But the profile where someone can just search your business on a Google business page, that's free.
Okay. So I don't need the workspace, just the business page.
Well, it depends. So for your notary business, do you have a domain like for your website?
No.
Okay, so that is what you'll eventually need. So it
Okay.
could be, for example, if your notary business name is Notary Star, 5 Star Notary, okay, you'll want to get
Mhm.
the domain www.5starnotary.com.
Okay.
Then you need to get the email, which is in Google Workspace or whoever you go with, which would be maybe Carolyn at 5starnotary.com.
Right.
That's what Workspace is, where you have a professional platform to take care of the emails and things that run with your business.
Understood. Understood.
Okay. Um, so yes, you need to go ahead and get the Google business page and a website established. Doesn't have to be a fancy website, doesn't have to be anything extravagant, especially if you are in the first year. If you can, at least get a landing page and somewhere where they can book with you and pay you. Then you can work your way to getting a more complex website with more than one page, um, and a blog site and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. I'll have that. I'm gonna do that by next week.
Okay.
Mhm.
What other questions do you have?
That was well, I was just wondering like when I know that you do like your notary training hub, you do your notary, and you have other things that you do. How do you prioritize or, when you have multiple things that you're doing? Like do you take that and do you book that into segments, days, or do you say this day I'm going to do this or this time I'm going to do this just to make sure that your everything is actually functioning properly and moving along?
Yes, so I do a lot of time blocking and calendaring, and I use Trello is a app that helps with organization, and Asana helps with project management. And so, any projects or any campaigns that I have for Notary Training Hub and any of the other businesses that I run, they are put in there where they're time tracked. So all of that comes after my notary business because that is my primary
Right.
business. All right.
Okay, so you said which was the ones that you use? You use Trello. You said Trello.
Trello is the first one. It's Trello. And the other one is Asana, Asna. And so you can use one or the other. You really don't need to use both, but it will help you get organized with your day.
Yes, I'm needing that badly.
Yes.
Because it's
And
like I do my life insurance and my health insurance, and then it's like I don't want to let anything go to the side, but it's like I'm just trying to figure out like how to I know how to multitask, but how to do all of these businesses and make sure you know, they run correctly, efficiently.
right, yes. And then
It's the
also
time.
when it's time to scale, you need some help. Okay.
That's
There's
true.
virtual assistants. All
You
right.
know, I need one of those because sometimes when you try to, you can't hire personal people in your life to do stuff. Sometimes you can't because it's just like you're not taking it as serious as I'm taking it. I need you to take my business as serious as I take it. You
Yeah.
know, and
Yeah.
that's why I wanted. That's why I wanted to join because I'm like, I have an office space. Of course, I feel like I make good money with my life and health insurance when it's not tax season. It pays for my office space even when I'm not using it during tax season because I'm stuck at the tax office. So it's like I need to be able to, in the
Yeah.
months that I'm not doing that, make
Yeah.
up for.
You can get a VA to take care of quite a few things, but you are in a good position. You say you have an office space.
Yeah, I'm in my office space now. I've had it for 3 years. Well, I had it one, two. This is my fourth year. I have my own office space.
Okay, so
Hmm.
you are
In a bank building, in the Harmony Bank building.
doing yourself a disservice by not utilizing that space and
Right.
that because right now, if you had your Google, because this is what my business is in an office, and they book and just come in the office.
Mhm.
You need to get on Google and put your office as your location so people can start booking to come to your office and get appointments done.
Yes.
And you have space to do other things like fingerprinting.
Yeah,
Uh,
I have a lot of space in here.
yes, you need to utilize that office like yesterday.
Yes, but I
Like,
didn't know like where to go with it.
okay. Well,
Yes.
your first step is Google Business, and when it says verify with an address, put that Google that address, that office
Mhm.
address there. Because, like I was telling Wanda, now when people search notary near me, they see you're available and you're like 5 minutes from them or 10 minutes, however far away from them you are, and they're going to want to book or come in. All right. But you've got to have your scheduling in place before that. Otherwise, there'll just be a lot of walk ins.
Right.
So you need to have a scheduling link and you need to outline the parameters of when they can book with you. And
Okay.
are you going to require payment before they book with you, or at least a down payment? Because
Okay.
they'll book with you, and if you don't require payment, they won't show up and your time will be wasted.
Right. Okay.
This is facts, not make believe. It's facts. People will waste your time if you don't at least put a deposit down.
Yes, ma'am. I will work on that. I was like, I need to ask these questions so I can get to the right, place.
Okay. Yes. So go ahead and set the Google Business page up, the website, uh, configure your settings to book and pay you, and start getting some money from that office, girl. A lot of people would love to have an office. Uh, as part of their notary business, like an actual office.
Yeah.
Versus no, a virtual office is awesome and great, but having an office is really good too because you can do a lot more in there.
Yes, ma'am. Okay,
Oh,
I'm gonna definitely do that. I appreciate your advice today.
you're very welcome, and I can't wait to see you develop. And I, again, like I told Wanda, please reach out to let me know how things are going, or if you need any more help along the way.
Okay, I definitely will. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I'll see you later.
Yeah.
Okay, friends. All right. In the chat, let's see if there's any other questions I can answer before we get out of here. So I'm going to scroll up and look at some of these questions. Hello, Isha. I see you, Notary Public in, let's see, Alabama. Nice to meet you. If we got our commission in April of 2025, do I use that date as the opening date for your Google business page? You can, or whenever you got your LLC established, or the first day you're saying, I want to run a notary business. That's when you opened up. Okay, next one. If you can, if so, can you give a general, let's see. That's a partial question. I might have to scroll up to see what the first part. Um, let's see. Okay, let's go on here. How do we find all of these signing services? Is there a list? So Sean says, how do we find all these signing services? Is there a list? Any loan signing training that you've taken, That's general rule that they will have given you at least a list of 100 signing services. I know at least my training does, but a good training, most of the trainings out there give you a list of signing services to sign up with. What CRM do I recommend? HubSpot is really good. I use Wix for everything. HubSpot is good. HiGo Level is good. There's a few other ones. Right now, our partner, Notary CRM, is an actual CRM for notaries. She's going to be at our conference in September. Sharon Brown owns Notary CRM. I'm sorry, Notary Flow. I'm sorry, Notary Flow, which is a Notary CRM. And with her app, her CRM app, you can also get the website and the business phone number all included there as well. Okay, Coco says, how do you make a price log for certain services such as a power of attorney, I-9 verification? So a price list comes from your competitor analysis. What I charge for POA in my city may not be the going rate for a POA in your city. So you've got to do competitor analysis. Get your spreadsheet up, write down all of the businesses that are comparable to you, competitors. There's a lot of things that I don't consider as a competitor. And so I won't even add them into my competitor analysis. But, you know, for me, they've got to have a working website. Their Google business page has to be popping. There has to be lots of reviews. They have to be responding to those reviews. Their website needs to be professional looking. I need to be able to find them across social media. Then they're a competitor. Then I'm going to analyze their business and analyze their pricing structure. And then I'm going to do this for multiple businesses in my city. So then I can now say everyone is charging X amount of dollars for POA. I'm going to slap my price right here in the middle, or up here at the top end, or at the low end. That's how you determine your price. All right, Malika, yes, there's so many scammers out here for Google and a lot of other things. Just be careful out here. Verify things, verify people, even your trainers, guys. I saw someone on TikTok saying that they make $8,000 a day as a notary. Find out this person doesn't even have a notary commission, and he's telling you guys this. Research your people, research everything before you give anybody some money, okay? I got all my equipment and my website. Haven't jumped in yet. Got to get there. No, money's not going to happen or get made if you don't, if you don't make moves, if you don't put action behind it. What do I use for scheduling? I use my Wix. Wix is what I use for everything. Wix does my scheduling, my syncing, my automations, my CRM, my website, my Google business page, my email, my everything. Okay, I accept payments, invoice, the forms that you guys see me go through on my videos where I'm going through everything. All of that is done through my Wix account. Yes, Wanda, you can have an office one day. Put that in your business plan. By year 2, year 3, I will have an office. I will have an office, all right? Speak it into existence and find out all the steps you need to make in order to get that office. How much do you need to make? You know, what steps have to happen in order for you to get that office? All right, do I establish a virtual location? What is it? Hold on, it disappeared. Okay, I'll come back to it because that question disappeared. When signing, let's see, if middle name is on your stamp, do I have to sign my full middle name or can I sign the initial? You need to sign according to how your notary stamp is. But again, your handbook will tell you how to sign your name and what's required on your stamp. But generally, yes, if you have whatever is on your stamp is how you need to sign your name. Do I establish a virtual location before I create a Google business page? What is a landing page? Yes, I would go ahead and get my virtual location at the same time or before getting my Google page. A landing page is a one-page website where people land to learn about your business and services, and they can click a button to schedule an appointment with you. So instead of, like, for me, I have 7, 8, maybe 10 pages on my website: a home page, an about me page, a services page, where for each service it has its own page, a frequently asked questions page, a contact me page. But if a landing page is just one page with information about your business and some of your services, and they can click a button to book you. That's a landing page. All right, a few more questions. I am wanting to work my notary business on weekends. What are good services to offer for the weekend? All of them. People work just like you do, and sometimes they're not available for notary until 5 p.m. to 7 p.m. or on the weekend. So all services can be done on the weekend: loan signing, estate planning, apostille, Ron, general notary, I-9, all of it. Thank you, Jonathan Palmore. I appreciate that blessing. Thank you so much. Is New York City a good market to be a notary? It is, but go ahead and do some market research. Go see what notaries are in your area and see if their Google business pages are popping, if they're continuing to get business. Call them up. Do some market research. I don't know why, guys, but today is the day. I've never cut out this much on a live stream. But you're very welcome, Zaya. You're very welcome. All right, friends. Any last questions before we get out of here? Any last questions? This is your time to shine. Your time to shine. I want to thank you guys for coming in on Booked on Purpose. If you want to join as a mentee on Booked on Purpose, the link is going to be in the description to apply. Like I said, I'm getting those applications in every day, and I am emailing you guys out as I get them so that you can join. The next session, we do these every Thursday, but we won't be doing them next Thursday and the next Thursday because, like I said, I'm taking off 2 weeks from all businesses. So in replace of that, look out for my big Leo season July sale, where I basically put everything on a huge discount or a sale, including putting our community mentorship into that $5 community plan that we have now. Hopefully I can see some of you soon at the conference in September. If not, we'll see you here. And I think I've got all the questions. Yes, all the information. Yes, so Booked on Purpose will resume on, let's see what the dates are. Guys, it's Leo season, so I'm out. July is, I'm out of there. So the end of July is when we'll be doing Booked on Purpose again live. But in place of that, like I said, I usually throw the biggest sale of my year for Notary Training Hub during July. So if you're not on the email list where you receive our newsletters, that would be where you need to go right now, which is also in the description, so that you can get the newsletters where I announce these sales. Okay. All right, my friends, I'm going to let you go, and I will see you guys at the next one. If you need to email me, that's down below as well. I answer my emails. Have a good day. Have a good week. Happy 4th of July. I'll see y'all next time.